My name is Feather Nee. I'm a software engineer at Netflix. My actual job title is software engineer. It took me a while to figure that out. I thought I was a full stack developer, but yeah.
So I know at Netflix you guys use a lot of different frameworks. I've seen Ember, Angular, React.
Yeah.
And your team specifically just moved from Ember to React, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell me about that experience. That's a pretty big change.
Yeah, so it definitely seemed like a crazy idea, I'll be honest. Generally, in our team, we just use the right tool for the job. We're very technology agnostic. We tend to investigate whole new technologies if we start a new project. So my first project at Netflix was mostly jQuery Rails. My second project was a Rails single-page app that we turned into an Ember app. Basically, we wrote it in Ember. And at that time, that was actually partly my decision. I decided to go with Ember. And then this new project that we started, we had an Angular developer. We had myself, an Ember developer. And we decided to go with React. So that doesn't make sense, right?
Right, why is that?
So we had actually another person on our team who isn't really part of our team, but he's part of the larger group, who was just evangelizing React. He said, you guys just do a React app. Just do it. You'll like it. So we actually, all of us went out and did a to-do in Angular and React. And I took my to-do in React kind of a lot further. I realized that writing React is really fun. And so I kind of just took it and ran with it. I also really liked working with Angular too, by the way. I thought that was super fun.
Angular 2 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angular 2 was also fun.
Very exactly like Ember.
No.
Really?
I mean, it's very opinionated, and
Yeah.
it's structured and opinionated, and there's a lot of auto magic that happens. And I think that when you work with a framework like that, like I think working with Ember made me a much better developer because it forces you to be very structured, and it forces you to think about how things should work in the long run. It forces you to think about scalability, and I think if I had just moved to React without having gone through Ember first, it would have been a lot more jarring, and especially when you encounter things like concepts that you find in MobX, like observables and computed properties. You're not surprised. You say, oh, store, computed properties, observables, I know these things because I work with Ember. And so it makes a lot more sense. And you don't have, in React, you don't really have that kind of structure already built in. So it's good to kind of come with that background.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Exciting things about the React community lately. There's been tons of talk about React Native, trying to make React and React Native more similar. React VR, React hardware.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. So we just had a talk about React VR, and that's very exciting. When you think about right now, Netflix is kind of in this amazing SVOD entertainment space, and for me, that's a great place to be. But you think about 10 years from now, what's that really going to look like? And I think it's going to have a lot to do with VR, personally. If you look at the future of kind of entertainment and what people are going to do for escapism, I think virtual reality is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can write React Native and it'll run on different devices, it's just kind of a natural fit.
Yeah.
People are already using JavaScript everywhere. It's kind of like taking over that dream that Java had originally of Java everywhere, Java in your components, Java in your toaster. JavaScript is everywhere, and so it's kind of exciting to think like that's going to be the future.
Being a part of two communities now, Ember and React, do you see any similarities, differences?
It's a very different community. The Ember community is it's much more cozy. I want to say I think it's a smaller community generally. And so Ember developers, I think, tend to really stick together. And React is just big. It's a big group of people. I'm really sad I'm not going to EmberConf this year.
Yes.
This will be my first year in a long time for not going to EmberConf.
Right.
And there's a lot of people I'm going to miss seeing this year. Going to miss hanging out in Portland.
Yeah.
God, what a great place.
Yeah.
But being at ReactConf has been great. It's been really fun, and I didn't really have to go anywhere. So, I live here. So that's been nice.
Where can we find you on the internet?
On Twitter, Feather Art. So that's probably a good place to start.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Hey there. Are you into reactive programming using JavaScript? Do you have to deal with asynchrony in your web app? Then join this instructor Ben Lesh to learn all of the ins and outs of RxJS in his hands-on workshop. Available online and in person, go to rxworkshop.com for more details and to book your spot today.